Hey guys, just wanted to quickly share this video to give you some advice around nutrition. Whenever you have a social event, whether it's a holiday like Easter or Christmas, whatever it is, or you just want to have at least one day per week where you can increase the amount of calories you're eating without going off track with your goals and also without feeling guilty. So the first thing I'll mention is that even when you do go over your calories and it's not planned, it's nothing to feel guilty about. This shit happens all the time and it's not the end of the world. You're not going to lose all your progress. It's like thinking that if you eat extremely well for one day, you're just going to wake up the next day completely shredded. It just doesn't work like that. Unfortunately, in terms of the fat loss side of things, but fortunately in terms of making progress over the long term. So realistically, I think it's important to know your numbers. I talk about becoming the CEO of your own body, and that includes having a rough idea of how many calories you're consuming on a daily basis if you're serious about seeing results. And then also knowing your protein minimum. So a really easy example and a really easy approach or strategy in order for you to have a really high calorie day and still see fat loss. And this is something that I implement often, even if I don't have a social event or whatever. Just when I'm in a calorie deficit, I like to have at least one day where my calories are much higher. And the way you're going to do that is, firstly, you should know what your average calorie intake is across the 7 days. So if I know that to lose body fat, I need to have 2,500 calories per day, but I want to have a really high one. Let's say it's just one day that I want to go high. So it might be Easter for you. Again, it could be Christmas, birthday, whatever, catching up with friends. All you need to do is shave some calories off the other days and then add them back on to the 7th day in this case. So if it's one high day, what I might do is across 6 days, I'm going to take off 100 calories. All right. So if I started at 2,500, take 100 calories off, I now have 2,400 per day over 6 days. My protein stays the same. Everything else stays the same. Once I get to the 7th day where I'm trying to go super high with calories but stay on track, I'm going to add all of those calories that I took away back on. So in this case, on the 7th day, my starting point was 2,500 calories. I'd taken 600 away from those other days. I'm going to add all that 600 back on. So instead of 2,500, I'm having 3,100 for the day. Protein can stay the same. It can go up or whatever. It doesn't really matter. And then the next day we go back to normal. If you want to make it super high, you just take more calories off those 6 other days. So if I went to, let's say 2,300, I now have 1,200 calories to add on to the 7th day, which would then have taken me to 3,700 calories for one day. And my average for the week is exactly the same. So it makes absolutely no difference in terms of my fat loss. I'll feel really good the following days after that high day because I've got more glycogen and obviously more energy. My workouts should be better, so my energy expenditure will be higher as well. And there's no guilt because I know that everything is the same. The average is still the same. So once you gain that understanding of looking at your numbers and again, becoming the CEO of your own body, it becomes super easy. And it doesn't actually feel like you're in a fat loss phase or like dieting or however you want to refer to it as. Now, the last thing I mention is that if you have a day that's unplanned, so let's say the day I'm recording this is Friday, Easter's in a couple of days, and I haven't had that 6 days where I'm taking calories off. I still obviously have 2 days to do that. So today I might drop all the way down to say 2,000 today and tomorrow, which gives me 1,000 calories to add on top on Easter, or I might shave a little bit less off. Or the last option is if you just have Sunday or any day where you go over, let's say you go over by 500 calories from your average, you can then reverse engineer that for the week coming up. So then I might have 5 days where I just shave 100 off my average. And then again, the average ends up being the same. So it's very simple. There's no stress involved. There's no guesswork involved. It's a very simple approach that works and it allows you more freedom to enjoy yourself. And again, put the extra calories to good use and of course, stay on track and remain consistent. So hopefully this helps.